for the young ladies. We're doing mock interviews that day, professional headshots, interviews, professional headshots, as well as introduction videos, allowing them to introduce themselves on camera so that they can see what they look like on camera and see themselves. So this is going to be very interesting, and I am excited. As you guys can tell, I just light up when I'm talking about young ladies in media, as you should when you're something you're passionate about. But yeah, that's what we have going on. It's a lot going on the weekend or the week leading into the weekend. What do
Okay.
you have going on this weekend?
I mean, there's a series of events that's going on this weekend. I want to shout out to one of our sponsors at the Smoking Oyster. He's going to be a part of, and I'm going to make sure I give y'all this information. Um, there's a cookout this weekend, and the chef's going to be participating in it. So that is Saturday, and I'm gonna try to get y'all the information on the details. I have more details coming soon, but this is the 23rd annual Gentlemen's Cooking Classic, which is happening here in Shreveport, Louisiana, at the Shreveport Convention Center. So make sure y'all come there. We also supporting Family Helping Families. They have Gators and Friends this weekend, June 27th. That's from 10 to 12, and also, um, I mean, that's it as far as the activities. Oh, we have Big Girl Draws podcast, which has been produced by Social Ghost Media. They have a day party at the VIP Lounge, which is our other sponsor that we're going to actually bring up here this Sunday from 3 o'clock to 8 p.m. So as far as the events, that's all that we have kind of going on. So, you know, from those that watched yesterday, we kind of talked a little bit about, just what happened for Father's Day weekend. We trying to get into the week. Like I said, myself and a lot of Holy have been rather busy with things that are actually going on this week. And I want to make sure that I continue to mention that the Best 13 have their summer feeding program, and it's going on now. So, it's up on the screen for those that are watching on social media. You can look and see the times that everyone can actually, and go and get, the goods and stuff like that. So shout out to Best 13. So that's pretty much it for the most part that I have right now. A lot of Holy. So man, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about what's going on. So, in media, what we're seeing today, well, not today, but I'm just saying as far as current information, there has been a lot kind of going on as far as within the political realm, most definitely, but also we've been seeing stuff that's been going on with. Oh, also this weekend, Darren Hiss is coming. He's doing a workshop at Vine on Saturday, and that's the 27th. I want to say he'll be here, so y'all make sure y'all actually tap into that. So like I say, what's going on today and what's going on for the most part. I'm sorry, I had a like a brain freeze, charged to my head, not to my heart. All right, so there was a new development with SNAP benefits. A federal judge overruled people, they had restrictions on what you can actually buy with your SNAP benefits, but it has been overruled for soda and candy. That's what I've seen. So that's something that I've seen that's actually been being kind of circulating within the southern region.
So they're not able to, or they are able to purchase soda and candy.
At first, they took it away.
Right.
But the federal judge actually vetoed it. So now they're saying, with their benefits, they should be able to buy those things. So, you had a lot of people.
And why not give them soda and candy so that they can have tooth decay, so that the dental dentists can make the money and keep everything in rotation. So why not?
Well, I mean, what the rebuttal from what I've been hearing about, those particular entities, like as far as Coca-Cola and stuff like that they're being hit. So I think that's the reason that, that was overturned, because you're actually affecting other businesses.
Yeah.
Especially
But when I look at that, I think about how people find a way, when you take something from somebody, if they're eager to have it, they'll find a way to get it.
True.
So I don't feel like, just because, just say, for instance, the electric company, if they went up on rates across the board and, people rebutted and said, that's not fair because some families are low income, this, that, and the other. That means an income adjustment needs to happen, or something needs to happen within the household, or something needs to happen to level the playing field. Okay. So it's a duality there where you can look at it, the pros as who's affected and the cons as, okay, what are you supplying them with? I know that sometimes if you have SNAP benefits in the household, you also have Medicaid in the household as well.
Yeah.
And you don't always get the traditional care as you would if you would have privatized insurance. Your apartments are spaced out and things of that nature. So the concern is not for the companies, that the multi-trillion-dollar companies that's being hit, but the health and well-being of the families that are being affected.
So, with you saying that, so were you kind of in agreement with the provision of certain
Yeah, the
aspects of things?
limitation of what's to be bought, um, you know, for them. You can't control what somebody's going to eat or drink.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you are providing the means by which they are to purchase the products, I think you should consider anything like consider having a limitation on it. I would say that much.
Oh, okay. And when it first came out, I actually was in agreement as well. But I mean, after I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I mean, and I know some people not using it for what it's supposed to be used for. You can say, or we can speculate, and we may know, but putting it in somebody's face. I mean, at this point, like for people that are unable to actually get those benefits. I mean, and then a lot of the times the benefits are for the children. I mean, they may be deprived from getting it other ways. So if we were to restrict, and I understand trying to help to um, keep these children healthy. That's the most
Mm-hmm.
important thing, in my opinion, with that as well. But I'm like, well, I think the children have, they should be able to enjoy everything that we enjoy. So I've kind of pivoted a little bit from it. So I'm kind of forward. I was like, kind of, okay, eat healthy. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, eating healthy is very expensive. So, I mean, depending on what you receive from SNAP benefits, it may not be enough to sustain for that month, depending on what you're buying. If you have to eat a certain way, you may have to ration it out because
Yeah.
to eat, that's a lifestyle and it's very expensive.
And there
So
are so many different ways that you can substantiate what you are, supplement what you actually intake. I know there's a
yeah,
couple on Instagram and Facebook how they don't allow Pop Tarts, sodas, and things of that nature into their household. And it's simple things that they have implemented to substitute actual drinking sodas, actually eating candy, actually eating pastries, to provide for their children. Because a lot of the things that we eat affects kids on the spectrum and things of that nature too. So, I mean, I know that this is a topic that can go round for round about the pros and the cons of it.
right,
However, I just say, like I said, healthy kids become healthy adults. And if we train them up and teach them, then they have something to pattern their lifestyles after, therefore leading to healthy adulthood.
right.
That's my take on it.
I got you. So, furthermore, within that conversation, that's what I've seen. So, have you seen anything going on this week that you want to discuss?
Yesterday we left you left off with a question. I don't know if you had planned on getting into that or not, but when we were leaving out the confession corner, you left out with a question regarding relationships and about love at first sight. Can it lead to healthy relationships? And I was eager to hear your take on it.
Oh, okay. Actually, that was going to be for the confession corner, but we're not having a confession corner today.
Perfect.
But
So we can talk about it.
you see this? Do you see what she's doing, y'all?
We're not having the confession corner today, and he did bring up something, so I think it's only right not to keep us anticipating what he's going to say until the next confession corner, but just go ahead and jump right into it. So, what do you think about love at first sight?
Well, okay. So since she brought it up, I'm going to tell you what we posed. Okay, so we were talking about healthy relationships. Does that exist anymore?
Mm-hmm.
So my question that I posed, because we actually started the conversation on Confession Corner on yesterday. Shout out to Fee. Shout out to Black Mr. AK, Mr. Black. They was in the building with myself and Lotta.
Holy.
So we were talking about it. So the question that I was actually posing for today was healthy relationships. Would love at first sight constitute a healthy relationship? Okay, so here's my take on it. Today, 2026, no. And I kind of spoke on it on the radio on the confession corner yesterday. I think it doesn't because of the access and that people have two people, the influence that people have two people today. So, we're all big on the court, on the court of public opinion. So if you say I met this person, like I tell you, look, I met this young lady and I fell in love with her instantly. I
Mm-hmm.
think what happens, and this is just my thoughts, and I know I'm going to hand it over to you to speak on it. But when I tell you that, I mean, something wrong with you. Are you crazy? Do you even know this person? Like, so today, I think it makes it hard. Okay, did you research this person? Like,
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, when people say they'll fall in love with somebody, you didn't have that ability to do all that research. You didn't have all of the resources to
Mm-hmm.
research what a person is or what they do or anything. But now you do. So I think that in a healthy relationship, I don't believe that love at first sight exists.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
So if the matter of public opinion were out of the equation,
Mhm.
there's a possibility that it could be a healthy relationship to you.
Yes, because everybody don't know your business. So if I don't know you, you don't know me, and we're vibing and we're getting to know each other, that's all that really matters, actually. At the end of
So
the day.
basically, just keep people out your business and have a healthy relationship without anybody knowing.
But see, that's the thing. Today, how can you do that? I mean, you
Easy.
can't. Well,
It's
okay, I was about to say, go
simple.
ahead, go
I
ahead, go
think
ahead,
it's
go ahead and get it
simple.
in.
So there is somebody that I feel like I have that love at first sight experience with, and if you're watching, you know who you are.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna see where it goes. We're gonna keep everybody out of our business. But um not everything has to be publicized. You don't have to put everything on social media. There's a time and a place for everything.
I
I
agree.
think there are certain things that you can do to establish that relationship, to date, to court. All the things that Fia and I shared on yesterday can still happen without everybody being at your, you know, in your business, because you allow them to see what you want them to see. We do that already with social media. In
Mm-hmm.
our lives, we don't show the negative parts on social media. We only give the highlight reels, the thing that we're most excited about, the things that we want to share, who you
Right.
want to see us with. If I choose to go out of the country with someone and I want to post pictures, if I don't choose to post them, I don't have to post them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They can post themselves, I can post myself, and who will know?
Right.
So I think it's a matter of, and I jokingly said this with my best friend Tamika. I said, "Girl, I'll be married a year before
Yeah.
because again, that's that year of us growing and knowing each other, and then you guys just to get the invitation coming to the reception, or if I choose to do that, because all of that is for everybody else."
Right. And for this topic, you can call in at 318-553-2209. Are we active on the phone today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can call 318-553-2209 and speak on this topic. And we're talking about healthy relationships, and does love at first sight constitute a healthy relationship? And my
Right.
opinion on it has been no. And I just want to assume your opinion, you believe it does exist
I believe that you
or
can have
can.
a healthy relationship with love at first sight, or a spin the block situation, a new acquaintance. I believe you can. It's a matter of your emotional and physical maturity, as well as spiritual maturity, and the other person's as well. If you meet someone and you guys are on the same page about, let's take time to get to know each other between ourselves, leave everybody out of it, your mom and them, your cousin them, friends and them,
Right.
then do that. Just leave everybody out of it and get to know that person for yourself.
Okay.
See what your pros and cons are, weigh your options, and that way you don't have the weighted opinions of others that don't have to live your life on you.
Okay. So look, I got to stick on what you said. Okay, you said can. You said it can happen,
Mm-hmm.
but will? That's my question. Will it happen? And I know this ain't a debate. It seems like it's becoming. It could be a debate.
No, it's just
I'm
a
gonna say come from
question.
me to you. Okay,
Uh-uh.
so we said can. It can happen, but will it happen? Because
Mm-hmm.
once somebody know your business, it may not even be it slip up, and then next thing you know, well, she with this person, and it's all around. That's why I say
Mm-hmm.
it's like I think with love first sight is I and me, not meaning I and me. I'm saying I with that person with you we come together. So I and me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
constituting two people coming together as
Mm-hmm.
one. So I and me. But it's always we, us, they, because that's what happens with the social media age. And like you said, you have to be like extremely discreet, and there's nothing wrong with it. But
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes like, and I can say, and I use myself. Um, I have people that I love and care for, but I don't talk to them all the time on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So our interaction is through social media. They get to see each other. Oh, okay, I see you doing pretty good, but you did make a good point. Some of the things that people may see may not be the reality, but
Right.
I do for myself because I am authentic. when it comes to my people. And some things I do just to see, you kind of wait odds. But I believe that social media has been that one identifier that has been like kind of hurting relationships.
Yeah, social media can tarnish and taint anything, not just relationships, but anything, reputations, everything.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying as far as the for love at first sight and can it be healthy relationships is it's up to you and that person whether or not you want to go social media public with it. However, if you guys choose not to, and that's an agreement between you guys, then that's just your agreement. Now, if you have people in your corner that you can share information with that don't disclose it, then do that. But if you have people in your corner, are loose at the lips, that's not the people you tell about that particular relationship if your intent is not to go public yet.
Right.
So again, can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? Yes. It depends on the people.
Has it happened? Now I'm asking you, Lotta, Holy. Has it happened?
I don't know anybody that has really did like a love at first sight relationship. Maybe Chanel and Dr. Sykes.
Well, I guess my question was, have you ever experienced that?
I've never experienced a love at first sight relationship.
And it became a healthy relationship.
And it became like a more than just a relationship. I've experienced people that I have been intrigued by, or intrigued by what they do, and it became a friendship or a business relationship or something like that. But I've never experienced a love at first sight relationship.
Okay, look, and that's a good point. So we can still continue to stay along this path. Y'all, we don't have a lot of time today, so I'm gonna try to make it short because I want to make sure Lotta Holy get her points out before we get up out of here. All right, so when we do talk about love at first sight, and we've had this conversation before, okay, does love have to be a physical connection? It could be a mental connection. So I've experienced love at first sight from different aspects. So, and with a healthy relationship, I think we're talking about two people actually being intertwined. But what about a relationship with someone that could be platonic? You love that person, but you don't see that person no further than a friend. So I believe now I'll change my opinion. I'll change my answer based on what I'm saying now. To fall in love with someone, I believe that can happen depending on what the situation is going to be with that person.
Yeah.
So can you say you never fell in love with someone?
The falling in love part is, I think, what's throwing me off as far as not in a platonic relationship or not becoming a healthy relationship. If it's something that's limited to like business or just association, I would consider it falling in love. Have I met someone that I was intrigued by or that sparked an interest and it became a healthy business relationship, a healthy partnership? Yeah. But the falling in love part, I would say I wouldn't say that, because I know people use love loosely.
Correct.
So in the aspects, in the aspects in which we are talking about, the falling in love part, that has never happened for business, partnership, relationship for me. Okay. But as far as liking someone and having genuine interest and will guard or protect the interest of our friendship or partnership, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you're talking about along the terms of building a bridge with someone.
Right.
Falling in love with that person, y'all, it's an agreement. Y'all love each other. Whatever.
Now that's totally different. That's for the healthy relationship part. But the second part that you were just speaking of, I wouldn't say that's considered a love at first sight thing where you love at first sight and it's just like an emotional connection, like a work connection or something like that. Now, I wouldn't say that consider that's falling in love. I would say that, yeah, there's a common interest here or a common thread here that sparks an interest, and we can knit that thread into something and make it, a quilt.
Okay. Look, yeah. She said
it's like levels to it.
Okay, there are levels to it. So, okay, for those that are actually watching, we're talking about love at first sight. Could it foster or be, does that exist?
Healthy relationship.
With a healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. So, you ever watch the show Love at First Sight?
I've never watched the show Love at First Sight because if you know me, I don't watch TV.
Okay, you don't watch TV, but look, okay, Lil Hood and Lotta
Holy
will be back next week And, it depends. We'll have to see what the Lord allows. Y'all might see us again this week, but again, you may not. But I'm thinking maybe next week. Why don't we just give you an opportunity to go on YouTube and just kind of maybe watch? Like I
So
can tell
this
you
is
about the
like a
show.
TV show where people are falling in love at first sight.
Well, what the reality of it is, I'll tell you a little bit about it.
I was
But
about to say,
I
did
want
you
to bring
want
this
to
back.
tell me?
Well, I want to bring this back next week because I think it'd be cool for us to kind of talk about it. So what
Okay.
happens is, you're a single person and you want to be married. So there's matchmakers. They give you a profile.
Do they?
Hey,
Do they
but
really want to?
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna
watch it and see. I'm gonna watch it.
Look, I'm about to tell you what's about. I'm about to give you that. I'm about to give you the insight. So what happens is they provide the information. You got matchmakers. They find people, and the day that you meet that person, you're actually getting married.
Whoa.
You get married.
That's love at first sight.
See, that's why we're gonna bring this conversation back because I want to see after a lot of holy get to kind of check it out to see what she kind of thinks. So you get married, you meet this person at the altar, and after that you go on a honeymoon. So you have.
Are you basing your answer off this show though?
Well, no.
Oh,
it's just more conversation. We just articulate about it. I just wanted to, so not. I don't have an argument for it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I want you to watch the show. And what happens is when they get married, they go on a honeymoon, and they have, I want to say 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong with the time, but they gotta see if they're gonna sustain it. Okay. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. So that's why I think that would be a good point for us to come back and actually discuss this even more.
Okay.
So for those that are watching, whenever y'all see Lil Hood and Lotta Holy, we're gonna actually talk about this on our next show as well. I don't know how long we'll talk about it because we done started on this show, but we want to talk about it. I want you to just kind of watch it and see like what that experience like. We said it can exist or it can't. So I've watched it. I've watched a few seasons. I've liked quite a bit of it. We've had people shout to Eric Nunley. He met a couple that was married in New Orleans. They're actually still together. I think they've had kids. Mm-hmm. But you had people that didn't last and even make it through the whole series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's 60 days. I may be wrong with the days. Those that watch Love at First Sight, please put it in the comments what you think. If you watch it, how you liked it, what you think about it. Because Lotta Holy has not seen it. I have seen it. So
I have not seen it, and I do think it can work.
So you said it can work.
I have not seen the show, but I do think Love at First Sight can work. I really do. And this comment
we're talking about today. We're not saying here. We're just saying today.
Yeah. I think this comment was made by Paula Waller or the Green Goddess, but they said like your person. You can just feel, you can just tell. Yeah. Your person. Mm-hmm. And that's people that's been in relationships, people that are in new relationships, or people, I don't know I can't remember what they were talking about, but that came up before when I don't know how we always end back up on relationships, but we were talking about it and they were like, you just know your person. And I do feel like sometimes that's the way it has to happen, because when you try to manufacture a relationship, manipulate a relationship, then that's your doing, and you can tarnish what could have possibly happened if you just organically let it happen. Right. And I think meeting someone and not knowing all the BS, not letting everybody in, and just taking it for face value of what it is when you see them, I think there's something there.
I got you.
They're going to come for me in the comments, but that's okay, because we're going to see how this is going to work. You guys are going to be attending my reception in 2028.
Look, I don't think they can come for you, because it's so, when you watch it, you're like, man, they can't, because it's so different. And I think what you said, the key word that I took from what you just said, manipulation. It's a manipulated marriage. So you actually not meeting this person. They looking at what they see on paper and what they like. And you're not even selecting a person. So you can't see the person or anything like that. You see them at the altar. You don't know how they look. You don't know anything.
So there's nothing involved in it. There's no hands involved in it. Nobody pushing you to do it. No homeboy saying, man, you got to get with them because she ain't crazy like he should. You know what I'm saying? So it's just your thoughts, your feelings, and that person's thoughts and feelings.
And see, also with them, have you said that part too? Because in the series, the groom and the bride, they meet the friends of that person opposite. Then they kind of talk about them and stuff.
That don't always count, because I got some friends that can't stand me. You hear me?
Wow.
But my friends love me.
I got you.
So you can't always go by that. And a lot of people don't like the authenticity, me being real and me keeping my friends on the straight and narrow. Some people want you to thread that thin line, and I'm just like, nah, man, go home. Your wife, there ain't nothing in there for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had some friends that went to, Atlanta this weekend, and people go missing in action. People treat Atlanta like Vegas. What happens that stays there? And I'm like, get your butt home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the friend that I am, and that sometimes come off as like, man, she ain't real. She just jealous. Cause I'm not.
You know how it is. Like I said,
Yeah.
in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
That's
See, that's why you keep them out of it.
Yeah.
Because some of those friends that are in a burning building and they want you to crash and burn with them.
Yeah. That's a misery and joy company.
Yep.
Look, y'all, next week on Lil Hood and
Lotta Holy
Talk Radio, we go talk about the young ladies in media, y'all. They're actually having their first this Saturday.
This Saturday. I'm going to let y'all know how it went.
Yeah, we're going to have a recap on that.
Yes. One of our very own, Sade Plater, is one of the introductory presenters that will be presenting this Saturday. So I'm so excited. She will be talking about events by Elegant Designs, as well as the Janiyah Strong Foundation. So these young ladies are getting to know about entrepreneurship as well as nonprofit organizations from Sade Tony Plater.
Man, look, you have to be there. And for those, this is open. Well, is it open to the public?
No, we actually did a registration and it's closed.
Now, is this for the people participating or just registration for people who want to come?
It's just for the people that's the registration was open to the public.
Okay.
And we've already accepted our capacity for registrants for our location.
Okay.
And so it's closed off. So you'll have to hear about it this time. But next time, stay tuned to Eve Speaks podcast on all social media platforms so that you can be a participant, so that you can volunteer, and so that you can, get a young lady involved in something positive where we can find out what her niche is and direct her in the path amongst the women that are presenting or participating.
Look, y'all heard here. So we got a recap on what happened Saturday. We're going to make sure we recap that, and we're going to get back into the healthy relationships. We got to get Lotta Holy. We'll give her a homework assignment, y'all. She got to watch. We're going to get on YouTube so she can maybe watch some clips, a couple of clips.
Yeah, I'm going to find out what this is like.
Love at first sight. Now, it's a trip. It's funny, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
It's going to have to be on YouTube. I'm going to have to put it on because I can't sit still. As soon as I sit still and watch TV, I'm asleep.
Sleep is for the rich. That's what I heard.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It doesn't last long, so I must be wealthy. I am.
Hey, y'all, we about to get up out of here, man. Once again, I'm Lil Hood, and that's
Lotta Holy
Talk Radio. We'll catch y'all later.